is going on, Scat Crew, Scat Squad? We are back with another ASMR NBA discussion video. And as you can see by the images on your screen, we are going to be talking about the most insane deadline in NBA history, maybe in sports history. We already made several videos talking about Luka and AD, so for the sake of this video, we're not going to be talking about that team at all. And I do plan on reacting to the TNT All-Star Draft on my members channel, so I'll put the link in the description to the members. But let's dive straight into the video. Sit back and relax. Alright, so we got the San Antonio Spurs, who acquired De'Aaron Fox, and I may not break down the full trade for each scenario and every team. I'm just gonna do the main acquisitions for the team. Alright, so we do have De'Aaron Fox linking up with the alien himself, Area 51's governor, the king, Victor Wembanyama. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, I love this move a lot. I would give this an A. The only reason why I can't really give it an A plus, well, I guess I can at some point if they win a title or something, but the reason why I'm not gonna give it an A plus is because I guess you would kind of like someone to join Wemby who's a little bit closer to Wemby in age, I guess, because De'Aaron Fox, I mean, he's not old by any stretch of the imagination, but I think he's like, what, 26 or 28? He might be 28. But yeah, definitely an A move. Great in the pick and roll. He's clutch. So the Spurs definitely have a closer now. They're always in a bunch of tough close games. He can also learn, even though he's a vet, he can still learn from CP3, who is the biggest vet on the team, the oldest vet, the one with the most playoff experience out of all these people. But yeah, I like it. He can shoot off the dribble. He has a floater. He has good touch around the rim. He's very competitive, which is very important in players who, especially undersized players who aren't really the most athletic in terms of like jumping ability. But I think this is a great pairing for for Wemby and De'Aaron Fox. I think they complement each other's game. Victor's inside and out, so I'm gonna give it an A. Alright, let's head down to the Bay, where Jimmy Butler stays. Oh my, the bars. Okay, so we got the chef and the butler, man, and the donkey. That is the trio for the Golden State Warriors. And Jimmy Butler actually just had his debut game, dropping a whopping 25 points. And Curry scored 34. I liked it at first. It didn't move me. I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was gonna give it like a B minus, because when I first heard it, it just didn't move me, especially with the season that Stephen Curry is having. It's like, Jimmy Butler's nice, and I respect Jimmy Butler more than a whole lot of people. I remember I was putting Jimmy Butler in my top 10, even after like his injury, just because I respected his playoff runs. But yeah, I think their ceiling in terms of how far they can reach in the postseason has increased, but in the regular season, I still don't see them getting out of the play-in. I think it's too late. I don't see them being a top 6 or a top 7 seed. So I do see them fighting for a play-in spot. Now they probably will make the play-in, and they might even come out of the play-in. But I don't think this team, I think their max ceiling is the conference finals, and that's if Jimmy Butler literally turns in the 2020 bubble. Jimmy Butler and Curry steps it up a little bit, because Curry has been underwhelming this season, just in terms of like overall production. His shooting numbers are still pretty solid, but in terms of just numbers across the board, his numbers are pretty down. And he's starting to have games where it's like he's like scoring or finishing the game with like 11 points, 17 points. But like I said, this definitely does raise the ceiling for the Warriors' playoff ceilings, which is the most important thing anyway. Curry is still an all-star. I don't know, he shouldn't be an all-star starter over Ant, in my opinion. But his game does complement Jimmy Butler's game. It's very interesting to see how the dynamic between Jimmy Butler and Draymond works, not even just on the court, but off the court. But on the court especially because they're very similar playmaking forwards who aren't the best at, stretching the floor. So I'm interested to see that dynamic. I would give it a B or B plus, maybe a B plus, because I expect Jimmy to turn up. My prediction is that Jimmy Butler's going to be the best player on the Warriors once the playoffs start. That's my hot take. Alright, moving on, let's go to the team that actually had to let go of Jimmy because of I'm not going to disrespect Pat Riley and call him a dumbass, but yeah, Pat Riley's definitely one of the biggest reasons why Jimmy Butler left Miami 100%. I don't want to say it's because of his ego, but I don't know. I guess they didn't want to. Pat Riley felt like Jimmy didn't quite deserve the max because he didn't win a championship yet. And Jimmy Butler has been having a couple injury problems over the last year, so I do see Pat Riley's point of view, but just be out of respect for Jimmy and what he did, because he took two mid-ass teams to the final. I might have probably gave him close to the Supermax or something, but I see both sides. But yeah, the Heat do have Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, and Davion Mitchell. And I will add this. I think they're the leading candidates for Kevin Durant in the offseason. So that this could be a whole different letter grade as far as my grade for the trade. But for right now, I'm gonna give it a B minus, just because you didn't get any all-star caliber players back in return yet. You might have freed up some cap room to acquire a Kevin Durant type of player later on, but at this moment you don't have one. But your team is still elite. I think this team can still make it to the first or second round of the playoffs with Andrew Wiggins, Bam, Tyler Hero having the best season of his career. Best numbers across the board, points, assists, all that. Field goal percentage. Bam, he's showing the ability to knock down a mid-range shot. You gotta do a borderline, maybe kind of an all-star-ish player in Andrew Wiggins. Some solid bench. I think they have Terry Rozier still, an elite coach. So they definitely have the pieces to make it to the first round. I would give them a B minus, but yeah. Moving on, I wanted to talk about this for sure. The Raptors have Brandon Ingram. Wow, Brandon Ingram, welcome to Canada, boy. I actually really like what the Raptors are cooking, man. They are cooking. If you're not paying attention, they are starting to cook some fire now. I believe prime Brandon Ingram and maybe peak Brandon Ingram, I should say peak Brandon Ingram and prime Scotty Barnes can get you to the second round, maybe even a conference finals run in the East. I'm not saying they're going to do it this year exactly, like per se, but I wouldn't be surprised in the next 2 or 3 years, maybe even this year, surprisingly. I don't know how far back they are from like the other teams that are in playoff contention, but I wouldn't be surprised if they make a conference finals run, or at least a second round playoff run, man. Because I'm looking at that starting lineup, their bench is probably ass as hell, but what I saw Emmanuel Quickly, I don't know, I forgot what their shooting guard was. Oh yeah, RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, and then that white dude. Yeah, that seems solid, man. They get them a Jordan Clarkson type of player off the bench and a two-way player off the bench, and they're gonna be solid, bro. They're gonna be real solid. So yeah, I really like this. I think Brandon Ingram is gonna be unleashed. I feel so happy for him now that he's not on that cursed franchise that is the New Orleans Pelicans. Even DeJounte Murray got injured like in his first week on the team, and this was his like debut season for the Spurs. For the Pelicans. So yeah, the Pelicans are 100% cursed. I'm happy that Brandon Ingram has the chance to develop his game. He can average 30 or close to 30, maybe 27, 8 and 8 in the playoffs. So, and he's versatile, can be the 3 or the 4, maybe even the 2 in like some weird ass big lineup situation. So I like that. I like the rap. I'm gonna give that a B plus, or A minus, B plus, A minus. Alright, let's talk about DC really quickly. Damn, they said Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton to the gulag. Someone said Washington is the place where NBA players' career go to die, bro. That's sad. That's when they try to push you. If a team sends you to Washington, they're trying to push push you out the league. You gotta fight for your career. Deadass. Russell Westbrook had to do it. Other players had to do it. Bradley Beal, a bunch of players, bro. Kuzma. If they send you to the Wizards, they are hoping you are playing bad, so that way no other team wants you afterwards. And then your only options are the Wizards or be mid. So yeah, they do have a couple of nice young talents. This dude, they call him Baby Kawhi. I don't know, I think his name's like Culver or something. I just saw his name now. They do have this guy named AJ Johnson from the Bucks. I've seen him before. He's pretty athletic. I think he might have some glimpses of potential shining through there, but yeah, besides those couple of young players, hey man, it's looking spooky for Wizards fans, man. I went to their Instagram account. I'm surprised they had over 1 million followers. I had like 1.5 million. That's pretty good, man. I didn't expect that, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, man. Oh, how could I forget this one last trade? I was about to get up out of here, because I gotta do my Super Bowl video, and then I gotta start doing other stuff. My top 20, the draft reaction, there's a whole bunch of things, but yeah, the Bucks got Kyle Kuzma. Now, a lot of people think this is like a weak ass move, or they think this is like a L move. I kind of like this. I think Kuzma has more upside than Chris Middleton at this point in his career. I think it's fair to say that Kyle Kuzma in 2 years will be better than Chris Middleton in another 2 years. And Kyle Kuzma, I know statistically he's having one of his worst seasons. I feel like he's not trying. I feel like he just wanted to be moved from the Wizards, because I saw a game that he had against the Timberwolves, bro. I don't know if he just happened to have his best game of the season when I watched, but he was a sniper. Looks like he can shoot off the dribble, stretch the floor. He has more scoring burst at this point in his career than Chris Middleton does, I think. And I don't know how much defense Chris Middleton has left anyway, so if Chris Middleton's not going to be an elite two-way player, you might as well get a better, taller, more versatile, younger NBA, but maybe not more versatile, but a taller, younger, better scorer player. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out. Peace. Hey, please like the video. I'm doing this off of 1 hour of sleep, maybe 2. You guys know I work overnight sometimes, but yeah, I'm doing this off like an hour and a half of sleep, so please like